Hey, what's going on out there, y'all? It's your boy Coach E on behalf of Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep. You guessed it, ladies and gentlemen. We are accepting new clients. Now, on the personal training side, we offer one-on-one training, weight loss, sports-specific training, cardio boxing class. Now, that starts every Saturday at noon at King's Gym in Bedford Heights. One-on-one boxing as well. Now, on the meal prep side, we do offer catering, personalized meal prep, charcuterie boards, fresh fruit and veggie juicing, detox soup, as well as Miss Sharon's famous cauliflower mac and cheese. Now, to reach out to us and place those orders and sign up for those sessions, reach out to us at www.perfecttimefitness.com. That is www.perfecttimefitness.com. Can't wait to hear from you. Get started. Peace. Hey everybody, I want to welcome you all to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons, brought to you by Move for Less with your boy Coach E, local neighborhood high school track coach, local neighborhood high school football coach, local neighborhood high school basketball coach, but most importantly, co-CEO, El Presidente of Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep, head trainer at Fit Circuit. Ladies and gentlemen, www.perfecttimefitness.com is where you want to go to come here to get sessions, get training. Hey, Miss Sharon can meet you up here for a food drop-off place if you need your personalized meal prep. Don't worry, we'll talk about that later. And as usual, on my left and my right, I got two assistant coaches. On the left-hand side, I got Zen. What's going on, brother?
You know I had to come and represent. As you know, Alabama Crimson Tide represented proudly in the NFL draft this year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would boo, but y'all did have a nice one. Nice one.
Yes. Number one draft pick. Shout out to you, Bryce Young. Congratulations to you. Hey, he was getting a little lonely up there, so you know what we had to do. At the number 3 pick, we got my man Will Anderson Jr. to the Houston Texans. It was a good day. And we had, surprise, out of nowhere, the running back, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Woo.
That Detroit.
We'll get on all that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't wait to talk about it. But what's good, fellas?
Hey, Fit Circuit, the NFL draft, everything is good. On my right-hand side, Bizzle. What's going on, Bizzle?
What up, E Scary? Oh, it was an NFL draft? This just happened?
Yeah, this past weekend, you know.
Oh, okay, I know the Browns ain't do nothing, did they? Well,
Hey.
we'll get there.
We'll definitely get there.
Well, before I tell these people who I am, Coach E, Coach Zen, it's been a recent development
Uh-oh.
in the Garcia Tank fight. It's been some new
Oh, boy.
addition stuff.
Let us know.
This what happened. So, Adonis Creed took a body shot from hell.
Oh, man.
Creed 3, great movie, by the way. And he was able to get up before the 10 count.
Hey.
So Ryan Garcia definitely took a dive. It's not your boy, but your favorite grown-ass man, Mr. Taboo Timmons. And I actually came to work out. I didn't know we was doing podcasts, and I thought we was working out. What's on tap, man?
First of all, it had to be some director's cut and everything in that body shot while he got up before 10. Just a little Hollywood magic, that's all.
Hollywood, that was real.
Garcia was real.
No, that was real. Creed, man, did you see Jonathan Majors hit that boy Dane?
We
Diamond
also
Dane?
heard about Jonathan Majors hitting something else.
Yeah, we're going to leave that one alone.
Hey, well, y'all, first of all, I want to welcome y'all into the new spot that I am doing my sessions and personal training at. It is at 22141 Rockside Road, Bedford Heights, Ohio. Fit Circuit. I needed a place where I can train my athletes. It's pretty much wide open area. Got a nice strip of turf going down here. On the other side, we got the weight benches and the squat racks and everything. Everything you need to make a superstar, including myself. So we are here now. We are no longer at King's Gym. Come on up, take a tour, and while you're here, you might as well sign up and get some sessions. We will do work immediately as soon as you put pen and paper. It's kind of like a signing bonus then.
Yeah.
As soon as you sign your name, you get to work out immediately. So we'll go ahead and take care of that whenever you come up 22141 Rockside Road, Bedford Heights, Ohio, Fit Circuit. Come on, holla at me, y'all.
Hey, man, I saw him working out, man. I got a name for this already. I call it the Green Mile.
Oh.
You get somebody to airbrush Green Mile on the floor. That lady would look like she walked it about 27,076 times. She was just, I call it the Green Mile. So come see the Green Mile.
Hey, that's shout out to Mark Harris, too. What's up, Mark?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
What
that
up,
was perfect.
Cuzzo?
All right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Wasn't that one that passed?
Tom.
Yeah,
Thomas
Tom.
Harris.
I ain't want to say the wrong name.
Appreciate it.
God bless the dead.
Appreciate it.
But let's get into this NFL draft talk, y'all. So the NFL just had the 2023 NFL draft last weekend. First round was Thursday, second round Friday, third round Friday. The rest of the draft was on Saturday. I'm so used to the other format where it was 1 through 3 on Saturday and then finishing up on Sunday. Yeah. I don't know if I like that Thursday too much because the first round goes so long. It's like 11:30 before you get to the 28th pick, and you still got a couple picks after that. So I wish they'd go back to the old format, but that's neither here nor there.
You know they not. There's money, too much money now.
It is. But ain't nothing we can do about it. But B, did you happen to see who our wonderful Cleveland Browns picked up in this NFL draft?
Yeah, a bunch of maintenance men, stunt doubles, and squeegee workers, pool, shark operators. Man, this list, man, I don't know. I can't really get pumped. I mean, the wide receiver, Tillman, everybody love him. If he could come back from that wide receiver. I mean, he's shifty, he's nice, but he got a weakness. You know the weakness. The man press. And you know it's going to be some man pressing folks in the NFL, knocking him off that thing. So that's pretty much the only one for me. The Ika dude, I mean, he could be a feel for the revolving doors 1 and 2. I ain't gonna go down the whole list. One more dude that was notable was Jones because he just a big blob that can hopefully, get on that line and pass block. So, you know me, man. I'm sticking to my guns. I want a pass blocker.
He will be that guy though.
Okay.
Have you seen him work?
I seen highlights. I will admit I seen just highlights. I ain't like y'all in the college.
Dude.
DeJuan
Jones, he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen, the offensive tackle from Ohio State. One of the biggest humans ever allowed on the football field in the whole wide world. Nike actually said, B, that's the biggest jersey they ever had to make.
Now, that's bigger than the last biggest jersey because that dude went to obscurity. Who was Jordan Davis from Georgia? Was that
he played for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Making
he
big.
Eagles.
Oh, yeah. He was
still working.
Oh,
I ain't heard his name.
He about to be, yeah.
Yeah, you will.
Man. That's all they kept talking about during the draft is once they drafted Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith to go along with him and Kobe Dean.
Yeah, I heard the Eagles did their thing. Yeah, I heard they did their thing.
And didn't they get Ringo, too? The corner, Ringo from Georgia?
I don't know.
I think they did. In the 6th round, they did because they was talking about how many more Georgia defensive guys they got.
Look, hey, you said 6th round?
Yeah.
I stopped watching well before the 6th round, bro.
Right, who makes it to the end? You make it to the end.
Dude, I'm telling you, we was just talking about that too because so many people like, man, after the first round, I don't even care no more. Dude, I literally make it guilty as charged.
Yes, bro.
I really make it like all the way to the end just because, I don't know, it's like a thing I have to do for some reason. And I really, probably, let's keep it real, 65 to 70% of every pick I pretty much already knew and watched them play in college because literally I'll be awake all day Saturday and watch those West Coast games, all that stuff, and just find out about little guys that's either going to be good that coming year or going to be entering the draft or whatever. So that's the thing of mine, man. It's my guilty pleasure.
And I need that knowledge, Coach E, because speaking of little guys, now the rest of this list for the Browns draft You got guys that's undersized, slow, and a guy with T-Rex arms trying to play DB. The guy there was at Old State, Michigan, trying to run, getting burnt to safety. We got these guys. Make me feel better about these stunt doubles that they got here.
All
Please.
right, so I'm going to start with the Cedric Tillman that you was talking about, the receiver from Tennessee that we got in the third round, pick 73. He's a big receiver. He was their number one receiver, not this past season, but the season before that. He ended up having an ankle injury, got surgery, got repaired. He only played like the last 3 games. But even then, he still kind of made an impact on the season. But he wasn't a number one receiver. But he's about 6'2", 215, speedy guy, ran like a 4.4, 4.45, something like that. That could be another deep threat, so to say. And like I said, 6'2", man. You just throw that ball up.
Yeah.
There's not too many. It is a lot of big DBs, but it's not too many big DBs like it is receivers nowadays. And that D tackle, Ika from Baylor, dude, you can never go wrong with a Samoan. I don't know if that's racist or what, or is that bad? Dude.
You wasn't a fan of Taki, so
No, I really wasn't. Just because he played at Utah, though. I mean, BYU. Any, like, BYU player, their schedule and their, like, competition is not up to par, so to say. That was the only reason I was down on him.
Oh, okay.
But Ika played at Baylor, so...
Yeah, come on now, man. You always talk about how the Big 12 defense sucks. We keep drafting out of the Big 12, man.
And
what is that?
The D lineman in the Big 12 is different from a DB or a linebacker anyway, because they got to get pressure up the middle anyway.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm not saying that's what he's gonna do all the time, but
you told me that last year when I ran down them Oklahoma D linemen that you was trying to convince me on that too. I was like,
yeah,
wait and see for me.
Then we go to the DeJuan Jones, the offensive tackle pick from Ohio State. Like I said, he's a former basketball player, 6'8", 360.
You play basketball?
Yeah, so that lets you know, he can move.
He got some footwork.
Yeah, he can move with that big body. Only thing, he still needs a couple, coaching points with his technique and everything, because he pretty much was just playing off of his size and raw talent, pun intended. And it got him far, but he definitely need to fine-tune it for these edge rushers in the league with their technique and the stuff that they know what to do, rushing the passer and those moves, hand movements, spin moves, and just the quickness overall. It's a Big Ten, but when you get to the league, it's SEC, Big Ten, everywhere, top of the line. So
because Coach Schwartz, defensive coach Schwartz, that's supposed to be his thing.
The edge rusher.
Getting rushed, right.
Yeah. So he's going to see it a lot in practice messing with Miles.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing that our tackles have, except Cedric Wills. They got to go against Miles every day, so it essentially makes them better because who else you going to see with that kind of talent, you know what I'm saying, every Sunday. Then going down to the Isaiah McGee, he kind of undersized, but his first step they always was talking about, which is the first step is to get off the ball. His first step usually beats the offensive tackle, which kind of like minimizes his size, so to say. It's not a big thing if he can beat them to the spot. So that can be a good thing in the NFL with that first step. And that Dorian Thompson-Robinson, the QB from UCLA.
DTR.
Yeah, DTR. He's actually pretty decent. He's an athletic guy. His pass completion percentage wasn't as high as you want it to be, but he had to run around and make plays a lot due to his lack of offensive lining. And he just had to be an athlete. So
I thought it was interesting with him. They gave us a high grade on him with Watson, but why would they give us the highest grade that I saw? Correct me if I'm wrong. That was the highest draft grade the Browns got. They had a quarterback.
Yeah, it was, but because he fits the system and he fits the mold of like a Deshaun Watson, they kind of play the same, so to say.
Okay.
Elusive, and he can still make some of the throws, if not all of the throws.
Okay.
He just got to be tested on this level. I'm talking about DTR, not Watson.
Yeah.
But DTR got to be tested at the NFL level in order to know if he can make all the throws from hash to hash with a corner coming down. Does he have the arm strength to get it there to the other sideline, things like that.
Okay.
Cameron Mitchell, corner. We already kind of deep at corner, but you always can never have too many because of the injury factor and just how many people are running all these wide open formations. So you need some strength in numbers. And plus, like I said, he's a DB in the Big Ten, receiver playing the Big Ten. It's not superb like the SEC. I got to get after y'all. Y'all are the best on the SEC wide receiver side, but still see decent receivers every week and holding his own. Bowl games, still got to check decent receivers. So you can never have too many corners. And Luke Whippler, center from Ohio State.
Right. Small
Nice.
dude.
Yeah, but that's a good thing. In center, you ain't got to worry about your leverage. You already going to be the low man just because you a center. And plus, center in our offense don't really pull too much, don't really do too much movement, especially with this new offense that should be wide open and displaying Deshaun Watson's talents, spreading the ball all around the yard. That's why we're getting all these receivers. Mm-hmm. So he just got to be a pretty good pass blocker, hold him up for a couple seconds because Deshaun should have the ball out of his hands about 3 to 4 seconds, if that. Or if not, he'll just be making a play with his feet. Mm-hmm. So that can definitely help him. But the safety you talking about is Hickman from Ohio State. Yeah. I actually like Hickman because he is a run stuffer as well. He kind of like a Grant Delpit, just a little bit less athletic. Mm-hmm. Grant Delpit is a supreme athlete back there in the safety spot. But he'll come up and hit you. He can definitely set the edge. Now, the pass coverage, you really don't want to drop him too deep in pass coverage, talking like free safety side. He should definitely be a strong safety and lead the free safety stuff to everybody else. But as far as him filling the gap, filling the hole, filling his lane, coming down, laying the wood, I definitely see him doing that because he did that a lot at Ohio State. Mm-hmm. And he really didn't get exposed because the defensive coordinator knew his strengths and not to put him in coverage like that. Of course, he got to cover every once in a while, but just kind of keep him on the inside on the tight end, so to say. So with those picks, like Zen says, always wait and see, but could have been worse. We've been getting good grades from all the pundits, so we'll see.
They say overall, what, a B?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I would have been happier. Yeah, I'm so mad that his teammate went the pick before.
Who that?
Cedric Tillman. I would have preferred Jalen Hyatt.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because
the
personally,
speed.
Man, I seen him tear apart Alabama's defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
He went 6 catches for 207 and 5 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, he's still on the board?
Yeah.
And he went the pick before the Browns pick. I was like, and we got his teammate instead. I was like, oh, well. Now, I got to ask you, DeJuan Jones.
Yeah.
They've been talking about this kid for the longest. Mm-hmm. He got the measurables, 6'8", like you said, 6'8", 360.
Uh-huh.
If you got those type of measurables, why are you going in the the 3rd round? You got some type of flaw.
It was actually the 4th round.
4th round.
Pick 111.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Last time I seen a kid with that type of size, that was Jonathan Ogden. He went number 2 in the draft. So what's the weakness? What's his downside?
The run blocking. Because of his size, he really can't.
That's not good, man. We got Nick Chubb.
But
needs somebody.
I see what you're saying, but that's why I was saying he still need a couple more years of I don't even want to say years of coaching, but he just needs to be coached a little better with his technique. And the O-line coach we got is one of the best.
Yeah, I give you that.
So he gonna be learning from the best. So I don't think that's gonna hurt him. But I see what you're saying with his size and where he came from and the level of competition he's been playing, the 4th round, that do say some red flags. Yeah. So that could be it, you know what I mean? I haven't heard anything else as far as injuries or anything, but it could just be that, the leverage. It's hard for a 6'8", 360 dude to get low, and I mean.
Yeah, they said something about this over the toes. I don't know the technical term, but if you can only pass block, that's good because we got enough run blockers. We need pass blockers.
I forgot.
3rd
My
down.
bad.
Put the man in on 3rd down. We need pass blockers.
My bad. Yeah, that is your number 1 complaint. Yes. All right. So let's talk about the rest of the draft and the other teams. What other teams impressed you with their draft?
The Ravens, of course.
Yeah.
They got deeper at receiver, which Lamar wanted, and he got a lot of playmakers out there now. So it's really kind of like no excuses for him for real because they kind of stacked the offensive side for real.
Okay. Now, one of the things about the draft that people get intrigued about is the quarterback. So we had 3 go in the 1st round. You had, like I said, Bryce Young at number 1. You had C.J. Stroud at number 2, and then you had Anthony Richardson at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go back through your history, when you have a quarterback go 1 or 2, either both of them are gonna fail, or only one of them gonna succeed. There's never been a draft where there's been a quarterback taking 1 and 2 where both of them succeeded. So if you had to take your pick between Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, which one would you go with?
To succeed?
Yes.
That's still tough, though, because both of them going to have a nice little introductory to the NFL just because of the weapons that they both are lacking. Both teams kind of like traded away a lot of their assets and offensive weapons to get those picks or just to, hell, let's just say it, to tank to get those picks.
Yeah.
Because Carolina got rid of McCaffrey and they got rid of, why did I forget his name? DJ Moore. So, man, I don't know.
But they drafted Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah, they did.
To go with Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the Texans. I am rooting for. This is where I'm torn because Bryce Young, Alabama. I want to see him succeed. I want to see a quarterback from Alabama succeed in the NFL. Jalen Hurts is somewhat there, but he want. Let's keep it real. When he was at Alabama, he sucked, and that's why Tua took over for him, and he had to transfer to Oklahoma. So I claim him, but I can't really claim him.
The majority of his work was there, though. He only had the 1 year at Oklahoma. He had the 3 with y'all.
I mean, his best work was at Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So I can't claim him. Mac Jones, he's not gonna be that guy.
Yeah.
So we got Tua. Tua got all the weapons to be that guy, but health-wise, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope he can hold up. Now I'm putting it all on Bryce Young, who I thought was going to be that dude until his measurables came out, and he was only 5'10".
Yeah.
And he weighed like 200.
Little
203.
Yeah. And they said that was like water weight. He dropped that after after getting weighed. So.
Yeah.
Lost that water fat.
My man drunk 2 gallons before he got on that scale.
Trying to make weight.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh man. So I'm hoping he can succeed. But on the other side with Houston, D'Amico Ryans, Alabama guy, and he a black head coach.
Yeah.
He got 2 things working for him in my favor for me to root for him. So I want to see him succeed, and they got Will Anderson on the defensive side. So I want to see that happen. But I know history is just shown either they both gonna fail or only one of them. So I guess
I do share those same sentiments with you, though, wanting C.J. Stroud to succeed just because, just like y'all with Alabama, O State has really not had a quarterback to come to the league and do anything productive.
think about it.
So
Tom Brady in his 20-plus year career, the first time he faced off against an Ohio State quarterback was Justin Fields, and that was towards the end of his career.
Year 21, 22.
Yes. So that just tell you, So we got programs that haven't put quarterbacks in the league like that. So yeah.
And that's so hard to even comprehend that those 2 power schools would have that situation unless you go to, they just always got the receivers and the backs.
The backs for Alabama, probably the backs for Ohio State as well, but definitely for Alabama, they were run heavy. So during the beginning of their run, it was Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, Derrick Henry, Bo Scarborough, Eddie Lacy. It was all running back centrics. It was definitely running back centric. Now we're more quarterback centric, and we going with these lightweight running backs. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll see how. But definitely that was the reason why, because Nick was all about that run. He wanted his quarterbacks to be game managers. He wasn't trying to get real flashy at all, but he was the game was starting to pass him by, and he had to adapt.
Yeah,
and he did. He reluctantly, he definitely started to, and things is starting to. Even though I think Georgia done snuck up and passed him up.
Yeah,
but that's the reason why for Alabama for sure.
Yeah.
But now I gotta ask you for the man of the hour. Anthony Richardson.
Shout out Tiff.
The enigma of the draft. You know, I'm an SEC guy. I
Yeah.
seen that dude.
Yeah.
He ain't really do much. And so, but he got all the measurables. I'm going to say the reason he got drafted is because of Josh Allen, because Josh Allen had all the measurables but didn't do quite as well at a small school that you would think somebody with those measurables would do. So since Josh Allen is out here balling in the NFL, he's the black version.
Yeah.
He's benefiting from it because that's the only way I saw him going at number 4.
Man.
Because otherwise, that's a project. That's
Yeah.
a third round based off of production. That's a third round at best.
So what I was telling my brother, he took advantage of the way everything is ran nowadays with the combine, the height, size, weight, speed, Olympics, and just the aura that was around him and his athleticism that they saw on tape. You never really heard a lot of people say, man, look at that throw. He fitted in a tight window or anything like that. You just saw, oh, man, look how he got out of there. His escapability is through the roof. He has a cannon for an arm, but you never heard that was a great pass. It was always either the deep ball or his athleticism. And he took full advantage of how everything is ran nowadays and got 4th pick out of that.
Yeah, workout warrior. He was definitely the workout warrior
Absolutely.
of this past year's combine.
Yeah.
So he's a project,
Mm-hmm.
but word is coming out of Indianapolis, they say the way he's gonna learn is by playing.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that decision. What do you think?
I mean, nowadays you kind of have to learn like that just because, well, of course, they got that old Eagles coach, the one that did Jalen Hurts like that his first couple years in the league. So, of course, he's going to bring that system over to Indy, and they already got the offensive line for it. They already got the running game for it. So they got Pittman out there, receiver, that other tight end, I forget, it's Collie or something like that, the tight end. So he got a couple weapons, and just he going to have to work his magic. But I don't see a guy like that learning on the sideline just because how off script he is. The play calling and the verbiage he's going to have to get used to, but as far as him sitting there learning like the offense by watching, it's going to look totally different with another guy in there than him just because of his ad-lib ability. So I think he has to play in order for him to learn on that level because it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
I know everybody don't want to do the Patrick Mahomes route, and I understand it's hard to do the Patrick Mahomes route because your stopgap quarterback, you can't find a stopgap quarterback as good as Alex Smith.
Yeah.
That can hold it down and keep your team thriving because the minute your team start losing, the fan base is going to want to see that
Turn
number
on
one
them
draft
immediately,
pick.
yeah.
Exactly. So that's going to be the hard part about sitting him. But that's the beauty that Kansas City was able to do with Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes was out here being a gunslinger, being reckless, and they had to teach that out of him. So by the time he was able to start he had his first start towards the end of the season, he went out and performed well. I would love to see him sit back and be able to learn from a quality quarterback. But unfortunately, I know quarterbacks is hard to find.
Yeah.
You know, hey, Jacoby Brissett, he did all right for us, but when he was with Indianapolis, he sucked. So
And Miami.
Go. Where's Brissett?
DC.
Yeah,
Commanders.
Commander starting?
Yeah. He might start.
they starting Sam Howell at quarterback
so?
right. That's what they've announced right now.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So, so yeah, that's my whole thing. So I hope the best for the kid.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be tough sledding if
Definitely
you
is.
couldn't read college defenses. I don't know how you gonna get out there week one and then have a fan base that's gonna be patient enough
Behind you 100%. Yeah.
to allow you to develop. That's the thing about it, because once you out there, man, they gonna be ready to turn on you and get rid of you like they did Zach Wilson. He got what, 2 seasons, and he
Not even
told.
2 full seasons.
Not 2 full
Because he was
seasons.
hurt majority of them.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
So wait, y'all don't think y'all two boys, C.J. Stroud and Bryce, they not gonna play?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
they
no,
play.
100% they play.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
okay.
no way
yeah,
around
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
If you don't play them, you might get fired.
They got the experience. They got everything to come in to start week 1. You got to understand Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson wasn't even a full-time starter in college. He was splitting time with another quarterback.
He went number 4.
And he went number 4.
Dude.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's got the measurables because they call him Cam Jackson.
Yep.
That's the nickname. He a mix of Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what got these folks intrigued. But you got to coach that up. It is still, to me, it's like
That's a
a year
part.
or 2 away.
But like you said, they really don't have a stopgap.
No, they don't.
I can't even name you their backup because they emptied the farm.
Yeah.
So they kind of stuck. They kind of have to play him.
Now, speaking of quarterbacks, are you surprised that Will Levis out of Kentucky fell all the way to the second round?
Not really surprised. I really didn't see a lot from him anyway. He was kind of like middle of the road quarterback anyway, so I really wasn't surprised. They was just trying to make him the great white hype, pretty much, just because he was the only white quarterback that was up there in that tier with the other guys. They were trying to make it that way.
Now, I see him where he landed. He landed in
It's
the
a good
perfect spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
In Tennessee with Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
The problem is Tennessee and Mike Vrabel is in the AFC.
Yeah.
Where you got in the AFC East, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Josh Allen. AFC North, you got Joe Burrow, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Deshaun Watson. Man, Tua, I still got to wait and see. I don't know health-wise when it comes to Tua.
Like a segue. Did we segue?
No, not yet.
Oh, no, he went to the next one. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you got the AFC South, you got Trevor Lawrence. In the AFC West, you got Pat Mahomes and Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
That's like 10 quarterbacks right there.
AFC stack.
And I'll put Garoppolo over
Will Levis.
Yeah, Will Levis.
But
absolutely.
I'm like, it's like, man, how you going to, and this is what you come into the, now if he was in the NFC, I'd be like, he got a fighting chance.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But in the AFC,
man,
this is what you bring into your gunfight? Unfortunately, I don't see it working out.
One, man. Dion and Dion, give him one. If the white people had just one.
I mean, they
got quarterbacks. Yeah,
right.
I named Josh Allen. I named
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm talking about the draft, man. Can't they have one? Y'all already took over the top 4, top 3. Come on, man. Give him
He
one.
still might not play right out the gate anyways. Tennessee still got
Tannehill.
Yeah. Unless they just fell out of love with him that much, they going to sit him down. They really might. I wouldn't put it past them. It is the NFL, but
but we'll see how that goes. So I see B over there. He itching.
He
itching.
Who itching, man?
Literally.
He itching.
I just
about
gotta
this.
make sure I'm keeping up, man. You know what I'm saying?
He want to get on to this topic. He been waiting on this. He's been salivating. So Lamar Jackson, we talked about it a couple weeks ago with Tiffany on the podcast. So he finally got his contract done. Not bad for a dude who did it himself. He signed the richest contract in NFL history, 5 years, $260 million with $185 million guaranteed. Mm-hmm. So we talked about, I hinted at it last week, and B would love to talk about that. But Jalen Hurts, he also signed right before.
Yeah. Like a week.
Yeah, a week before. He signed his. His was slightly under. Mm-hmm. His was 5 years? 5 years, $255 million with 179.6, as Coach E liked to correct me on that. Guaranteed.
I can live off that 0.6 B.
Woo, yeah, yes, sir.
Live off that
yes,
0.6.
sir.
You ain't even got to guarantee it. Just give me a promissory note. Give me some hope.
So, how much was Jalen Hurts getting his deal done being able to affect Lamar being able to get his done?
Dude, I hope he called, text, or went and made a personal face-to-face visit to Jalen Hurts and gave him a hug and say, thank you, brother. I needed that blueprint because the way I was going at it was not working. It was taking too long because I keep going back to that point. His representation, man. he needs representation because an agent can go far, way further than you and your mama can go. First of all, let's get that out of there. And there's only certain rooms that you as a player is going to be allowed into, and there's definitely only a certain amount of rooms that your mom is going to be allowed into, especially with the bargaining and negotiating and just with other franchises with their GMs or whatever, just the talking points or anything. They will allow an agent in there way before you as the player and you as the mother. So that right there is strike one against them. So it's those certain conversations that get done in the bargaining and the negotiating part of the contract that you're not going to be able to participate in because you are a player. They don't want to like break that hold that they have on those players like that, especially in the NFL, man. It's got to be puppets. You have to be a puppet in the NFL nowadays. Well, hell, shit, as long as the league been around, it's been like that. Owners have their thumbprint, fingerprint, handprint, palm print on the league. So if without Jalen Hurts, he would not have had this deal, I still don't think. Without him, Jalen Hurts laying that blueprint out. So he owes a lot of thank yous to Jalen Hurts for that.
Okay, so Mr. Taboo Timmons, the number one hater when it came to Lamar Jackson's negotiation process.
Yeah, the tape.
You was hating. Bruh, I got the text approval, man. Hey.
Right.
Incriminating.
Go ahead, man. You've been waiting on this one. Go ahead.
Nah. First of all, man, wasn't nobody hating, man. Second of all, it's still just what I said. The man settled. He ain't get that fully guaranteed $250 million.
So was it a failure?
No, it never was a failure. But what's funny is according to your boy Bomani Jones, he said this was similar to what they already offered him before. So I think it's just the bottom line is this. This is going to be a dangerous situation. It's a good situation. Lamar still got money. It wasn't what he wanted, though. Boatload, but he wanted fully guaranteed. He ain't get fully guaranteed.
That just wasn't going to happen, though.
It never was going to happen.
I don't see it.
Because the owners was in on it
Exactly.
to make sure he didn't.
Exactly.
Right.
They wasn't going to let it, like I said before, they wasn't going to let it become the NBA. Y'all ain't about to take over. Y'all ain't about to take over. So you take this, and in the meantime, we going to put you a supporting cast. He got the best wide receivers he's ever worked with now.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's definitely dangerous because now he's got a lot of pressure to deliver. And like Tiff said, it's still at bad marriage to a degree.
Oh, absolutely.
Because in the back of his head, did I settle? In the back of their head, all right, boy, we about to give you everything and it's no excuses. We're going to give you some money, but it's no excuses now.
No, I don't think he is in the position to question himself, did he settle? Because I don't think he settled at all. That's a hell of a deal.
I think it's a great deal.
Yeah,
I think it's a great deal. But you know, sometimes, and this is the ego, to use your word. You love ego. How much of that ego can get off the fact that I didn't get what I asked for?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That marriage, it will never be the same ever again. Ever.
I deserve to be 200. I know y'all danced around it and made me, quote unquote, the richest, quote unquote, but that's if I jump through these hoops still. So
I mean, he still got the 185 though.
He still got the 185.
Yeah.
But it ain't what I asked for.
No, it ain't.
Ain't nobody was gonna get
No.
when
So
you
why
go
you
to
ask for
negotiation because you got to start a point in a
Yeah.
negotiation.
Yeah.
Someplace you got to start someplace. Nobody goes to a negotiation and say, I want this, and they be like, okay, unless you coming in hella low, and they be like, ooh, I'm getting this at a deal.
Right.
So you got to start someplace. So
Yeah.
he had to start someplace. He's like, hey, and he stood firm so he could get to where he got.
Yeah.
Eventually, and he signed for it.
I didn't get a chance to research it, but your boy, I know you quote Bomani a lot.
Yeah,
He
that's my
said
guy.
that it's similar to what they already offered him. If this is true, I'm not
this
saying
is
it
true,
is.
yeah.
If this is true, how is that not settling? If they already offered me that and I turned it down.
If that's the case,
So I think where Bomani was going is the years. So they offered him that 3-year 133, and then basically they just tacked on 2 more years in order to front load that so they can just work out the numbers to have the salary cap where they want to re-sign other people and to get other talent in there, because that's what another thing that he was saying, he didn't have no help.
Yeah.
So in order for him to get help, they had to structure that a certain way.
Right.
So I think that's what Bomani is saying. If he would have took the 3-year for the 133, it's comparable to that 5-year 185, and he would have been back at the table after that 3 years. So I think that's what he's referring to. But I mean, tit for tat. To each his own. I guess he just wanted the stability or comfortability for those 5 years. But, I mean, hey, it's 185. How can you get mad at 185?
I agree with you, man. Again, you give me half, you give me a quarter of that. I'm
right.
happy. I'm happy. I don't mind incentive based. I support incentive based.
And that's
all I was saying.
That's the thing that I think he lost at with no representation, that incentive base.
Yeah.
Because from that 185 all the way up to that 260, that's a lot of money.
Right.
Like, that's still on the table, and ain't no telling what those incentives are. So if you had the proper representation to properly put those incentives in there that's reliable and that's even attainable, then you could have had more guarantee. It could have even went up to 195 guarantee. Who knows? Nobody knows. But especially if it's an agent that they've been working with in the past and they like or whatever. Like you were saying before with Tiff, an agent going in there having a good rapport with franchises and organizations. It could have been that guy, and they was, all right, we'll throw you a bone because we know you. We've been working with you for a while. We got a couple of your other clients, so we don't have a problem with throwing you that 195, 197. But Lamar and your mama in here, they're going to give you the 185 and still have those incentive base all the way up to that 260. So I just would love to see what those incentives are in order for him to hit that 260. Because I think it's got to be crazy because how big that gap is.
Yeah, and then I heard he only saved a 3% commission. Is that true?
Yeah.
So he did this for 3%?
You know what 3% commission is, right? Off of that.
It's quite a bit now,
Yeah,
B.
how much is it?
$5 million.
That's $5. Now, what you just said, with the right agent, he could have got more of that. He could have got more guaranteed, so he would have made more than that $5 million, right?
We'll never know.
We'll never know. Okay.
Because that agent could have worked it where he get more of a percentage too, and then it would have evened out something. Ain't no telling how they would have did it or whatever. But I just know that number had the potential of being higher if he would have had the right representation.
Exactly. So potentially he just damaged the relationship.
I don't think so.
Potentially. Yeah, I mean, you ever been criticized in and it just sticking in
I
the
think
back of
it's
your head?
yeah. I was just about to say that. I think it's gonna forever be in the back of his mind.
Man, hey, man,
In the back of their mind.
185 million making things go down a whole lot smoother. I'm sorry,
But it ain't what
bruh.
you asked for. It's a nice
Bruh.
win, but it ain't what you asked for.
It ain't what you asked for, but it is more than what you ever
'Cause across
have
the
ever
pond-
received, brother.
Because across the pond in Cleveland, it's a pimp named Deshaun who ain't got to do nothing. He just got to come to the arena, sit on the sideline, watch DTR do his thing, whoever.
Yes.
And he still going to get his money. He's still getting all his money.
Yes.
So you still got that comparison to remind you, that scratch and sniff to be
Okay.
like him.
So over the course of this contract, go destroy Deshaun and show that you worth it. You can get, man, he's young enough to where he gonna be able to get back to the table.
Absolutely, yeah.
And be
Yeah,
able
no
to negotiate his next contract.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
But for the record, I wish him well. Yeah, I ain't hating. I'm a realist. I wish him well. I think he got enough weaponry to do something, but at the same time, I hope he does shitty because he's still in my division.
Okay. Okay.
At the end of the day.
All
End of
right.
the day.
With that being said, similar contracts. Which franchise is going to get the most for what they paid for? Is it going to be Jalen Hurts or is it going to be Lamar Jackson?
Jalen Hurts.
You think Jalen Hurts? I'm interested in hearing that answer because
I would say Jalen Hurts too, just because of the start that they're on right now, the trajectory that they're on right now. I don't see it falling off too far. True enough, Lamar was a former MVP, but as far as overall team success, they really haven't reached a certain pinnacle yet. He only won one playoff game so far. So Jalen beat that already and had him in the Super Bowl a couple seconds away from winning the Super Bowl.
on a rookie contract.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
got him,
Yeah, absolutely.
He got him in the Super Bowl on a rookie contract. Now he's about to get paid.
Yeah.
So when you get paid, you ain't going to be able to afford everybody to have that talented roster around you like before. Lamar has gotten it done with nothing
lesser.
around him.
But-
I see where
He's
you're
shown
going.
that. And now,
Yeah, I got a but.
now that they've paid him, they're going to make sure. They've already made the effort to make sure he's surrounded by talent, more talent than he's ever had before
That could go
for
bad,
him
though.
to shine. Now, Jalen is going to have to be able to, when you get paid that much money, they expect you to be able to do more with less
Oh,
because you're
absolutely.
that good. We
Yeah.
paid you this much money because we believe you're that good.
Yeah.
You're supposed to compensate for whatever that's lacking around you. Lamar's had to do that throughout the majority of the course of his rookie contract. Jalen Hurts has yet to show that.
That's true.
And so that's the thing that I have about Jalen Hurts because, again, I go back to my Alabama days. And so I just remember those Alabama days. Even though Jalen now, the thing I love about Jalen is that Jalen has that going through that process, his mentality going forward is like next
Totally
level
different.
now. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
next level. And he's going to put in that work to get to that next level, it seems like, and try to improve because the jump that he made from last offseason into this season
Huge.
was a huge one. If he doesn't rest on his laurels, them making it to the Super Bowl, him getting that big contract, if he don't rest on his laurels and still keep that same mentality, oh yeah, I can
Dangerous.
see it definitely being Jalen Hurts. But I've still got to wait and see approach because I haven't seen him when that defense ain't gonna be as good as it's gonna be because they can't afford to
good
keep
point.
that top notch talent around him.
Well-
Or he don't have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith to throw the ball to no longer. I'm interested to see what that looks like.
So it's going to look like what it looks like right now, in my opinion. Just because, going back to what you said about the Alabama days, from him getting benched in the national championship game and then seeing Tua come in and win that thing, leaving, starting his own another era at Oklahoma and finishing the way he did there, then coming to the league having not so good. It was a decent rookie season, but it wasn't the way he wanted it to be. Then following it up with this year, going to the Super Bowl like that, and just like you was talking about that rookie deal, that's why they're loading the defense up like that with all those Georgia guys on their rookie deals so they can be around longer, and they're very talented already. And the guys that's about to walk out of that door are consummate pros. The Fletcher Cox, the Brandon Grahams. They still got Slayton. It's a lot of guys that these young guys can come in and learn from and keep that tradition and that the Philadelphia Eagle way of
That's
playing.
the only way it's going to be. It's
Yeah,
going
that's
to
the
come
only way
down
it's
to the
gonna work.
GM. It's going to
Yeah.
come down. Howie Grossman has always shown
Doing a damn good job.
Yeah, he's always done his thing as a GM, and I always give him props for that. Yeah, he's worked his hand the best out of anyone, even better than say a Baltimore has.
Oh, yeah.
So. Yeah, it's gonna come down. If he does succeed, it's because of the work that the front office definitely does. But I'm interested to see now that Lamar has the weapons because we've never seen Lamar with this much talent.
Thank
to,
you.
Never.
to pick
That's
from.
what I'm waiting
Yeah,
for.
never.
Because the old Lamar got paid. The old Lamar with no weapons, I got to
Mm-hmm.
do this myself. I got to run. But that Lamar only saw one postseason win.
Yeah.
That Lamar hasn't gone as far as a Jalen Hurts. So now the Ravens obviously say, now we're going to give you a kitchen sink approach, right?
Yeah.
If everybody stay healthy. But the thing is, like Zen said, he took my take, but that's all right. I love it. Look, we ain't seeing this Lamar that they hoping to say, stay in the pocket. Let's try to get a complete season out of you, and let's try to find a way to win.
I don't think they
You
should
know.
tell him to stay in the pocket though, because
But
that's not Lamar.
But he's not bad. He's actually, I think he's an underrated pocket passer, but his success has been out of the pocket.
Yeah.
But now you get to see a whole nother side, and we don't know how he's going to succeed in
That's
that
true.
situation. That's why I said it's dangerous. That was my whole thing to say why it's dangerous, because they're going with a whole nother scheme.
Yeah.
But then I also look. I
Zen got that
I
smile
worry
on his-
about the offensive coordinator because the offensive coordinator, if you
Is
recall, It's gone, but that's good riddance. You know, Greg Roman, that's good riddance. But I'm talking about who they replace him with.
Mm-hmm.
They replace him with Todd Monken. Y'all should remember Todd Monken here.
Yeah.
He was here in Cleveland.
He was?
Yes, he was. I'm trying to think, was it the Freddie Kitchens era? Or I
Yeah,
can't
it was.
Yeah. So, yes. So, you know, even though people do leave Cleveland and go on and have stellar careers post Cleveland,
Crazy.
man, from Bruce Arians to Kyle Shanahan to
Romeo,
two of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Nick Saban and Belichick.
yeah. So, but that's the only thing I worry about. I don't know how good of an offensive coordinator, how creative Todd Monken is.
Yeah.
Because to me, when you got a talent like Lamar, you got to be creative. You can't come with that. Yeah, you can't come with that regular, ordinary stuff that you know that you've been running for the last 20 years. And I'm like, man, get creative. A creative mind. I don't know if he got that Nick Sirianni in him. I don't know if he got that Kyle Shanahan in him. I don't know if he got that to really unlock Lamar. So that's another thing that I worry.
Dangerous.
So it's dangerous. It's
Right.
gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be looking at both of them, see which one comes out ahead in this process. Because I guarantee one thing: with them signing these deals right next to each other and being so similar, they're gonna be compared to each
All
other.
the time.
So
For the rest of their career.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So look, let's go ahead and jump into this basketball playoffs, this NBA playoffs. So
You talking about the ones without the cast?
the ones without the cash.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
we're on the
he
same
got his
page.
Christmas wish. The New York Knicks won. He threw a party at his house. I wasn't invited. I didn't want to come.
He wasn't gonna come.
But the second round is very interesting. You know, in the Western Conference, you got 4 heavyweights in the Western Conference. You got the Suns and the Nuggets. You got the Warriors and the Lakers. 2 big-time matchups. Fellas, which one are you excited to watch? Which one are you looking forward to taking
Correct
in?
him, man. You got to correct him.
Is water wet?
Of course.
LeBron, man, all the time it's got to be him. I want to see him beat Steph to put him back in his place. Don't get me wrong, Steph is great in his own right. He's done amazing things for this game.
Top 10.
He got all these young kids out here thinking that
Changed
they
the
are
game.
him. Yeah, definitely changed the game. But without KD, it's tough, dude. Like, it's really, really tough with him being the main focal point and being that little. And he hasn't had a good track record of him being by himself and taking everything. So this is going to be a tough series. I think the Lakers have a better overall team. And, hell, you got LeBron to be on your side, too. So what else can you have?
And that's why I don't look at this series, because I see the Lakers actually winning this series because
Yeah, me
what
too.
you just said, because
The others.
Steph is yes, you got Clay on the downside.
Yeah.
Draymond he's gonna do what he do defensively. He's
Yeah.
gonna do everything when it comes to the intangibles. But as far as production, Jordan Poole from last year to this season is the same.
He's up and down, up and down.
It's
Yeah,
I haven't. When we was looking at him last season, we was like, "Oh, that's Clay's replacement." He got his money, and I don't know if it was the punch from Draymond, but
Something ain't right.
you look at the numbers. The numbers are exactly the same.
Yeah.
He's flat and off.
You got to run with the man that punched you in the mouth and dap him up every day.
all year.
What?
So he can't rely on that. Andrew Wiggins has never been a reliable, consistent player when it comes to production.
And that long break kind of screwed him. He's still not in his rhythm yet.
The young players
Yeah.
that everybody was excited about, the Jonathan Kuminga, the
Yeah.
Moses Moody's, they're not doing much.
No.
So, yeah, it's truly Steph like it was in Game 7. He
Yeah.
came to play.
He did.
He said, fellas, get on my back. I'm going to take you there. That can work against the Sacramento Kings.
Not this purple and gold.
It's going to look a lot like the 2015 NBA Finals when it
Right,
was just
and-
Bron by himself.
Exactly. That's
And
where
he
I was
going up against a complete squad on the other side.
Yes.
That's why I say this. I can't get excited about this one. But on the other side, I see KD versus Jokic.
Why?
Now,
That gets me going.
Why? That's not even a series. The Suns have zero chance. I told y'all KD was not a shoe-in for the finals. They have zero chance against Jokic. You got KD and soft Aiden to deal with Jokic.
The only
That's
thing,
what I say. They got a yes, that's it.
CP, man.
Man, look, we
CP.
talk about Anthony Davis
hurt.
and
He
his
hurt.
injuries.
Yeah.
Right. We talk about Anthony Davis and his injuries.
Right.
This brother right
Are y'all
here.
surprised?
No, not at all.
Right.
I want to
No,
know
no,
if
It's the same rerun.
But you just hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the phrase like, man? You do the same
Please.
thing and,
Yeah.
and expected a different result.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
It's definitely insanity.
I be doing the same thing. Be hoping
Hey, we
like
don't
maybe
have
this
that,
year
man.
be different.
We don't have that. We Browns
it's the same
fans. We root every year
for the
the
same shit. Hey, with a passion
with a
too.
passion. Right. We don't have that. We lost it Saturday a long time ago.
I wonder if Jake from State Farm gonna pick up all these medical bills Chris
Man,
Paul got
Chris
going
Paul,
up
man.
because his insurance premium got to be through the roof, dog.
Yeah, hang it up, man.
All these pulling of the groins and the hamstrings. That boy brittle.
I ain't think they had a chance with him though. I mean, me personally, because Jokic,
I did.
Jokic is ridiculous, man.
He
This dude
absolutely
just-
is.
It's him and B, them cats, man. Giannis is. It be no answer, man. It's just, hopefully they miss.
You're
miss a
right.
step, trip and fall, slip on a banana peel.
Turnover.
That's why, That's why with that series, I've been called it. I'm like, it's over for the Suns.
Nah, I can't go quite there with that because, Jokic is nice, but on the same token, who can stop KD? Michael Porter Jr.?
No, hell no.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Jeff
that 1-2,
Green? Hell no.
that 1-2 punch of Jeff Green. I mean not Jeff Green, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant is
It's
crazy.
It's crazy.
I gotta
believe
wait
in
to
it.
see what it's gonna look like in Phoenix. I gotta see what it looks like in Phoenix. I can't take the mile high air and them being
Yeah.
in Denver.
That's what I was gonna say.
And write off the series just because of what
Yeah.
I see in there.
It's only 2-0. Everybody
Yeah.
been down 2-0. They did what they were supposed to do, win both games at home.
Man.
But that's the thing I was about to go to. Everybody is always saying how much of a better player KD is than LeBron. If any other time has been the perfect time, it's this time for him to rise up and show that he can literally carry a franchise to another level because it's really all on him. Book is going to be Book. Book has been booked, especially in this series. He's still been scoring crazy. He's still been playing out of his mind, carrying over from the Clippers series. But if KD wants to put to bed that he's the best player in the league right now, he has to do what they brought him here to do, and he got to beat him, dog.
And he won't.
He got to go ballistic. He got to go LeBron James. That's what he got to do.
He ain't got that gene, man.
I don't think he does.
He
He
check
can
his
prove me
track
wrong.
record,
He's
man.
great, not taking anything away from KD. He's a unicorn. He's a special talent. He's an all-time great. I just haven't seen him carry any franchise that he's
Right.
been at. It
Exactly.
just hasn't happened.
He had a strong, I ain't even going to say number 2. He had a cold number 1 in Golden State and with the down
Westbrook,
there, Westbrook, them,
Kyrie.
This is the best, his best
Sidekick?
partner. Yeah, his best
by far.
sidekick since Steph.
Yeah, by far.
And easily, like Steph was the only one that was compatible with him.
Yeah.
Draymond ruined that, but but yeah, this right here, this is the what you've been waiting for. The only thing is they had to trade away
Yeah.
the depth in order to get them there.
And that's what's going to happen.
And that's what's going to probably hurt them
Every
in
time.
the end because them running, 40-plus minutes a night?
That's
Right.
a lot.
'Cause every other night, that's going to be taxing in a long series. That might do them in. That might be the what do them in. But I'm more interested in
He
that.
ain't no
And
spring
I've
chicken.
always told y'all, who's my number 1 player to watch? Ja. Who's my number 2 player to watch?
Joker.
There you go. So of course I'm gonna pick that one to watch. You know, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
LeBron. I love you, brother. I really do. If you listen to the podcast, you would think I was a hater, but
Number
I'm
1
not.
hater
Come on,
ever.
Skip.
I'm not.
Skip.
Skill.
I'm just a little tired of that storyline. But I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him.
He having that
but
Tom
I am
Brady
a little
effect
tired.
on you?
Yeah, he's having a Tom
Tom
Brady.
That's
Brady
effect.
terrible.
effect.
People hate
Exactly.
winners. Why do people hate
Exactly.
winners so much?
Nah. If you seen
I can see
it,
where you coming from, though.
yeah. So that's all it is with LeBron. So
know
that's
what's
why
funny?
I say I got to choose the Suns versus the Nuggets. In that
You know
one.
what's funny is I was pumped to see Steph versus Bron. I was
I
it's happening. Man, they
And then
shot
I
the worst on both teams.
And I was like, man, I'm getting sleepy. I was like, man, this is a letdown. Because I told y'all, I was like, I love to see greatness in action.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, I'm not seeing it. I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh.
Steph went like 10 for 24. Brown was like
Right.
9 for 35 last.
Man, AD had a good game.
Yeah.
If
Hey,
he
that's
play
bubble
like
AD.
that all series,
Yes.
it's really nothing they could do. Because I got 5 on the Kevon Looney. There's nothing he could do with that, man.
Nah. Hey,
He
man.
still had 23 boards, though. I was talking to, I forgot who I was talking to. This guy gets the most rebounds for being the most unathletic, non-jumping
Someone
dude. Yeah.
The ball finds his hands.
I don't
He just
understand
put
it.
his hands up and the ball just ball.
Like every possession, he battles with himself for
Yeah.
the rebound. I'm like, how's
I
nobody
was the only
boxing him
person who
out?
saw that, bro. He
pisses
did
me
this
off.
one time. And the ball just bounced in his hands. I said, what is he doing?
It pisses me off, man.
I don't even know how
he
he's
be
a
working.
basketball player.
He worked hard. I'll
But
tell
shout
you
to
that.
Vanderbilt too, man. Vanderbilt did a number on Steph, man. It's time he ain't care what else was going on. He just looked at Steph the whole time, ran around with him.
And it's
Shout
got
to him.
length too, man.
He stepped into that defensive specialist role very nicely. for the
Fast, too.
Lakers. Yeah.
Fast. It was like as soon as he got there, he was welcome in open arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lakers dangerous. Hey,
They
Bron,
are. They are. I didn't think it was possible that they would be a threat for another title. I thought they would need a postseason, a seasoning to get it together.
Yeah.
But nah, it looks like they're gonna be able to get it together. And looking at the landscape in the NBA, they got a real legitimate shot at taking it home.
But one quick blurb, man, because one real quick blurb. Man, Bron is looking old. He old. We get it.
Yeah.
We love Bron. So did they really have to cancel Dylan Brooks the way they did? Represent for the bad guys across the world. What did he really do? He ain't do nothing that bad.
I mean,
What?
whatever he did it to himself.
Yeah.
What'd he do?
I mean, to me, he really ain't do nothing but be a jerk.
He just
That's
trash
about
talk.
it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think it warranted all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, screw him.
Hey, well, he'd be a Laker next year. All right, man. Him and Draymond.
You know, LeBron love to play with his enemies.
Right.
He played with Lance Stevenson. Yeah, he played with
Stevenson. Right.
Yeah, he'll mind at all. So
Draymond Brooks and Kyrie will be Lakers next year. To be continued.
Ooh, man. All right, yeah, to be continued. So let's go ahead real quick before we get out of here. Let's talk about this Eastern Conference. So, of course, you got the 8 versus the 5 seed. You got the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks. Okay.
Go
I'm
Heat.
put that out here. On the other side, you got the 2 versus the 3. You got the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's keep it real, fellas. Are we looking at the real Eastern Conference Finals this round with the Celtics versus the Woo! Okay.
Wait, let me see that, man. That's more like it.
It got
That was
ugly.
supposed to happen the first game.
And that's with Embiid.
Oh,
Embiid played tonight.
are you serious?
Yeah.
But but hey, so it's 1-1.
Yeah.
So are we looking at the real Eastern Conference Finals, or are you giving a legitimate shot to the winner of the Miami New York Knicks series?
In the past, I would agree with you saying we looking at the Eastern Conference Finals, but the way these playoffs have been going, dude,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what can happen. As long as it's been competitive, people crumble under the moment, people rise in the moment. The next game, the people that rose in the moment will crash in the moment the very following game. So it's been no consistency to these playoffs whatsoever, which is a good thing. That's what everybody been wanting, parity. Because if you look at the people that's left on the East or the West, you still don't know who really is going to come out on top regardless. So I don't know what to expect. Nobody expected Miami to do this. Nobody expected Jimmy Butler to come out dropping 50 and 40 and stuff like that. They're the first play-in tournament team to go this far.
It's Bubble Butler, man.
It
Just
definitely
like
is.
it's Bubble AD.
And nobody expected them to
it
go
ain't
to the
bubble Butler. This is playoff Butler.
Playoff Jimmy.
In a bubble,
Man.
outside of the bubble, he's gonna produce.
This dude is
obscurity,
on a whole
yes.
nother level. Hey, look, man, I always believed in Eric Spoelstra. I told people that
Yeah,
a long
that
time
dude.
ago. Go Spoelstra, go Heat. Anybody that beat the New York Knicks, I love them. Kick their ass. I'm rooting for the Heat. Go
Oh
Heat.
man.
Go Heat. I hate them dudes.
But yeah, you want to say
Hate 'em.
Boston, but then they'll play trashy one night, and then they'll get it together like they did tonight, whooping on the 76ers. So it's just no consistency anywhere, man.
Right, so get off the Cavs back, man. Leave them alone. It's
Oh no, I just
consistency
always
anywhere.
want to hammer
I was
down
waiting for that.
I've been telling you this from the beginning of the year.
But
See, and
E,
I've been trying to tell them.
To eat. It's no consistency anywhere. I'm gonna get a T-shirt made up like that. It's no consistency anywhere. Thank you. High five, brother. High five. Cavs, we back.
Oh man.
All right. Hey, fellas, I hear that sound.
Yeah.
So you know what that means. Good pod, good pod. So, Coach E.
Yes, Zen. Hey, y'all hear that echo?
Yeah, this facility, brand new facility of yours. Hey, you got a post-game word for the people.
Now, Zen, I wouldn't have you come all the way to this facility and not give you a post-game word. Absolutely, I got one. Like to hear it? Here it go. This word is, why are you so nervous? You've been doing what you've been doing, sharpening your skills, tuning up your personality, tuning up your gifts, doing what you've been working so hard to do to get yourself in this situation. So why are you so nervous? You prepared yourself for this moment. That moment is here for you to show the world your gift, to show your haters your gift. There is no reason you should be worried about anything. You've been sitting there mapping this out. You've been having sleepless nights. You've been having these crying yourself to sleep nights, these nights where you don't even eat. A lot of you out there know y'all been there in these situations and places and times. Why are you nervous? Bottle all that up. Let that explode whenever that moment comes. Whenever that door opens for you to walk into your blessing, to walk into your gift, to walk into your present, go ahead and just let it loose. What are you nervous for? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons. You can catch this live. Well, sorry, not live. You can catch this on YouTube, the whole episode, live, in person. See, 1, 2, 3. All three of us, the amigos. And with that being said, see you next week.